Hey guys, welcome to the Tailgate. On this episode, we're going to be grilling some grouper and talking Week 16 football. Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Armando. I've been in the fantasy sports industry for multiple years now. You can find my work at footballdiehards.com. I'm the host of the Chalk Talk podcast, and I run the 1 week season Twitter handle. We created the show to combine three of my passions: sports, grilling, and craft beer. Each week, I'll be grilling a new recipe and naming my MVP, most valuable beer. This week's MVP is the Rebel Browser Double IPA. Cheers. Here's your lock of the week. The Bears head on over to the West Coast to take on the 49ers, a game that they're favored by 4 points. Money line here is minus 210 for Chicago. That's very steep to pay this week, but I don't mind giving the points that I think they'll cover. So far this season, they're 10-4 against the spread, which is the best record in that department along with the Saints. Go ahead without a problem and take the Bears this week. Let's head on over to the bargain bin. The first player I want to talk about this week is Elijah McGuire at 4,700 against the Green Bay Packers. Look, he's taken over the running back duties for the Jets with at least 20 touches in each of the last 2 games, scoring in each of those contests. He gets a pretty decent matchup here against Green Bay that's giving up 4.5 yards per carry, ranks 27th in DVOA against opposing running backs, and has given up 11 rushing touchdowns, which is tied for 6th most. He's shown his pass catching abilities here with 4 targets and 3 catches in back-to-back games, so game script should not matter. At this price, there's plenty of upside also for McGuire, making him a very nice bargain play this week. The second player I want to talk about this week is Demaryius Thomas at 4,800 against the Philadelphia Eagles. So far in the last 2 weeks, he has 14 targets, which is pretty good volume, and despite not doing much with these targets, I'm very happy to see that he's getting involved in this passing game much more in recent weeks. He draws a phenomenal matchup against the Eagles, who are giving up the 2nd most fantasy points per game to the position, allowing the most receptions, most receiving yards, and 15 receiving touchdowns to opposing wideouts. In addition to that, he gets a very, very good one-on-one matchup against Devontae Bosby, who ranks very, very poorly on Pro Football Focus. And this is a matchup that Thomas has a 20% advantage rating in. When you look at how the Eagles funnel to the pass and his recent role, at this price, there's still plenty of upside. I know he's past his prime, but we saw a couple weeks ago where he did score 2 touchdowns in 1 game. So at this price, I do not have a problem taking Thomas in tournaments only. The last player I want to talk about this week is Marlon Mack at 5,500 against the New York Giants. Last week, he displayed the upside that we saw several weeks ago, rushing 27 times for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's his 2nd consecutive game that he has found the end zone, and although he disappeared for a couple weeks, he did have some tough matchups. This week, that's not the case. The Giants are giving up the 7th most fantasy points per game, over 100 rushing yards per game, 4.4 yards per carry, and have given up 12 rushing touchdowns. The Colts are expected to play with a lead in this one as they're 10-point favorites, so this should be a great game script for Mac, and at this price tag, there's lots to like about him. Saquon Barkley at 7,900 is expected to be very popular this week, and rightfully so. Listen, the usage is through the roof, and he's been so efficient this year, and when you have a running back of his caliber under 8K, it becomes very appealing immediately. The running matchup against the Colts is not a pleasant one. However, this unit has allowed 100 receptions, which is 2nd most in the NFL to opposing running backs, and that's good for Barkley, who's averaging 7.8 targets per game and has come down with 82 catches this year. Even if the game gets out of hand and the Giants are trailing, Barkley will have a role, especially in the passing game. At this price, he is good chalk, and chalk I am willing to eat. So go ahead and eat that chalk. Dante Pettis at 4,300 is expected to be very popular this weekend, and understandably so. Listen, he's been playing really well as of late with double-digit fantasy points in each of his last 4 games, averaging 6.5 targets per game during that stretch, and scoring 4 touchdowns, displaying 30-plus DraftKings fantasy point upside. The issue is that this week he does draw a tough matchup against Prince Amukamara, who has a 23% negative advantage rating with Pettis here. So at this price, it does seem appealing considering his recent success, but it's too risky for me and too touchdown dependent. So I'm going to go ahead and fade this chalk. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe below, tell a friend. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Good luck to everyone this weekend, and I'll see you next week. The fish is piquant.